Hey, Ginger David Crowder.
What's up, David? How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
I always expect you to say something like finer than frog's hair or something like that.
No, just fantastic's all you get.
Oh, I'm good with that. So last time we talked to you, you were about to head out on the Imagination tour. So how was that?
Yep. We're still on it. We're doing it
Oh,
right
you're
now. We're in
still on
Tulsa,
it.
Oklahoma. Yep, we have this weekend and next weekend, and then we've wrapped it up. But it's been amazing. We've loved it. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, I was gonna say I grew up with Bart, so I know it's a challenge
Yeah,
backstage. You know.
we kind of made fun of that last time. I'm telling you, I think I told you the story about the Memphis thing, the Graceland deal.
Yes, yes, you did.
I'm telling you. Well, after I told it to you on the radio, I was like, I need to be telling that. So I've told it pretty much every night since that, because I knew you could identify with it. I'm like, that's a funny story. I need to get this thing out there.
Well, I'm a trendsetter like that, so yeah, I get that. Well, there's so many Bart stories that I never run out of them. I mean, I think we met when he was about 7 and I was about 9. So if you know how old he is, don't ever reveal that. Uh, but seriously, like, I mean,
he seems timeless. I don't know. I guess the same for you, so I wouldn't have any clue.
I can't say that he acted a lot different at 7 than he does now. Really, it's but that's what you love about him. He's pretty much still a 7.
Job,
yeah.
You gotta be young at heart to do this, I think.
I think you do, and it keeps his sanity. He just doesn't keep everyone else's sanity, I think. But so we're so glad to talk to you. I'm so glad to see you on Winter Jam.
I am too. It's like it's so weird because it's so many people. It's like it feels like everybody that is out on the road together. So that's very different than here on this deal. We've got Bart and the guys and Micah.
Yeah.
And I know all my people. And on the Winter Jam deal, it's just packed. So I'm excited, and there's a bunch of good friends that are on it. So we're gonna have a great time on that one too.
Yeah, there's something.
It's just like I'm having the best time ever.
You just
can see,
are.
I go from Bart to like my hometown crowd, like because all our church folk, the
a lot of worship people,
out there, and
yeah.
Louis, and so it's. I mean, that's hometown right there. We're already. We get enough of each other already. We're gonna get on the road this time. I'm excited. I haven't been out on the road with them in ages.
I would think that it's never boring to be around you, though. I would think that's always interesting, and it's
probably like you described though for Bart. It's probably like I'm having a great time. Still adolescent in my behaviors. Everybody else has to probably clean up behind me. I probably leave a bigger wake than I think I do.
It's a Georgia charm. You can't help it. So I asked people, hey, I'm interviewing David Crowder. Anybody have questions? And of course, we got several, so I'm going to narrow it down. Okay. So Mark McGaggard wants to know, when you were at the Unity Festival in 2013 here in Michigan, the opening song of the show was "Why Me, Lord," and he wants to know why that particular song was selected. He went back like 6 years, so I can't help him.
That's amazing. And okay, I'll tell you, Mark. First of all, that's baffling to me. I can't imagine opening a set at a festival with "Why Me, Lord."
So you have zero idea why he did it.
I'm just sorry. No, I was into that song. It's a Chris Christopherson cover, so it's a cover song that Chris Christopherson wrote. And my dad, growing up, man, it was like it was like outlaw country,
Yeah.
Willie Whalen and the boys were like, that was in heavy rotation. And Chris was, one of those guys hanging around with the Highwaymen. And so I've been a fan of his forever. But then I heard the story behind this song, and I put it on, I guess it was Neon Steeple. It might have been back to, I can't remember which record it was on, but I put it on the record because it was after I heard the story of the song, and he was in a really dark spot, and he just wandered into this church one Sunday morning, and was a gospel church, and they're singing, and he's like, I never felt anything like it before in my whole life, and this song just came out right there, sitting in the pew, weeping as a prayer, man, when I just heard him, he was talking on, it was on Sirius, it was on the satellite channel. We were driving somewhere in a van, and he was just talking, and I was like, hey, shut, everybody, shh. Chris is talking, and I think it was like, on Outlaw Country on that channel. That's probably why that came to mind. And he told the story. I was like, oh my word! First of all, I got to check this song out because I'd heard Johnny Cash do a version of it, and I didn't know Chris had written it. And so when I found it, I was like, man, this thing it's a great prayer. So probably started it because at the time it was sitting heavy with me, and I thought this is a good way to open the gate wide right on the front. If Chris can sing a prayer like this, then we can together in a big, field out here in the middle of nothing.
Well, I thought, what a random question, but if anybody will answer that, that would be David.
I can't believe we started a festival set with that song. That's brave.
But he loved it, so that's why.
Good.
Laura Adams has a really cool question. How old is your beard? That's a great question.
It's a great question because I had to answer this question. Me and my wife were going on vacation in Mexico. This is like this almost a year ago. So the beard's older than it was then. But we're going through the customs, and there's the custom agent is like
going through your beard.
He's talking about my beard. He's like, hey, I like your beard. Like, how long have you been growing your beard? And I go, well, since the year 2000. Actually, I've had hair on my face since the year 2000. So some of this stuff's in there for, and he started laughing, and he goes, I am 18. Not your beard is as old as me.
Oh, that's a punch to the gut, right?
I'm laughing. I'm like, I've never thought about that. My beard's as old as that dude who's letting me in his country or not. He's deciding whether.
Yeah, he's the gatekeeper. You gotta keep him laughing. She also wanted to know. She said she loved the song "Let It Rain" and wanted to know how long it took to write it and what inspired it.
Oh, it actually took a bit of time because it came from so many different places. I did I Know a Ghost record, which is the album it's off of.
Right.
Way different than I'd recorded anything else. I did it like hip hop style. So I got a bunch of tracks from people. So I get like a Dropbox file full of just samples. Little like verse chorus ideas, just music. And they just have kind of like a vibe to them, beat and some like little sound hook type thing. And that piano riff that starts it off made me think immediately of that Biz Markie song. You say it's just a friend. You say it's just, oh, baby, you. And I just started grinning when I heard it. I just started smiling, and I was like, okay, this is good. If I hear something that just makes me happy just because I just hear it, we got to do something with this. And then I'm at the house wandering around, and I just that piano thing was in my head.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the chorus just hit, and then the rest of it I pieced together with Ed Cash, and so it came in like 3 different sections. I had a moment with it when I was listening to it on my computer, going, "Oh, that makes me grin." And then I got the chorus just walking around the kitchen, probably looking for like a sandwich meat or something. and then with Ed Cash, we kind of finished it out in about an afternoon. So it's about three little sections of time where that kind of came. Finally found his home there, and then Mandisa got on it a little while after that, and then all of a sudden it took off. Then that's when it got real good. It's when Mandisa got on that track.
Yeah, when you add a little Mandisa flavor to anything, it's amazing.
I guarantee it's like sunshine right there. I'm already smiling again.
Yeah, you bottle that sauce in Georgia and put a label on it and just,
it'd be Mandisa sauce.
Exactly. Mary Newbie asked, she said, why are you not on the 2020 K-Love cruise? She said, you always seem to be on it, but this one sails away without you. She's so sad.
Me too. It didn't work out this time around. I hate it. It's been like an ongoing little trend we've had going, and we had other stuff coming up.
I assumed it's because all of the tour dates that I constantly see in my timeline. Well,
Yeah, you can only be one place at a time. It seems like. I wish I could work that out, but yeah, we love that deal. It's a fun deal. That boat set sail, and you can bond. I hear this. Psychologists say that in dangerous situations, there's like a bond that happens between humans that goes deeper than just casual hang.
right.
And so you're on the ocean and you can't see any land anywhere, and it feels fairly dangerous. So I think that's what happens on those cruise ships is there's a bond that happens, and you're like, man, we're like together
Because you're out on the water by yourself.
Yep.
Oh, well, I never want to stop talking to you. I can interview you every day and never get bored. I'm so.
we should just have a show.
I know.
We should have a show.
The Overdrive with Crowder. And we could, we could just do a set, for an entire show someday, and just I'll let you comment on I'll let you pick the songs.
Yeah, we'll play songs and we'll just talk about people later.
Play some like Johnny Cash and Chris Christopherson. We won't like set the limit anywhere.
I love it.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time, and I cannot wait to see you on the Winter Jam lineup. It's lots of cool worship people this time, and it's just got a different variety this time. I love how they mix it up, and to put you as like a headliner is so awesome, because
I love it too.
You keep it interesting all the time, and you're so talented, and it's just your heart just comes through every time you interview or you talk on the stage, and we just can't wait to see more of that on the stage. So I guess you should open with Why Me Lord again and here in Michigan. So
I don't see it happening, but
now you're gonna do it.
Mark's attitude. I love it. That's the best.
Well,
take your time. Have a wonderful rest of the day. And,
you too.
We'll look for you when we come around to that winter time, I guess.
Yeah, you're gonna be
up there in the Grand Rapids.
You're gonna be cold. Yeah, it's gonna be really cold. All right. Thank you so much, David.
Thanks, Drew.